which is an annual event of the Nigerian Society of Engineers Ikeja branch. I would like to invite the host of this event, the branch chairman, NSC Ikeja branch, Engineer Femi Adedoju, to give his welcome address.
Second, Engineer Ademola Olorunfemi, Colloquium, lecture titled Mechanized and Digital Options for Transforming the Agricultural Policy as Nigerian Economy Mainstay. The keynote speaker, Kolawole Adeniji, is practically selected mainly to come and explain farming and put forward how the flow of products, knowledge, information or services from farmers, producers of farm produce to consumer can be mechanized and digitalized. The farm system must be upgraded from the use of hoes and cutlasses to the use of modern machinery and technology, from planting stage to harvesting and direct to consumer. Today, I'm highly convinced, no doubt, that Kolawole Adeniji will do thorough justice to this topic. Once again, I thank all for giving me the privilege and mandate for this opening remarks. I also permit me to emphasize the need for unity and peaceful coexistence in our country for good policy implementation and sustainable dividends of democracy our founding fathers labor for.
As part of the existing protocols, permit me please to do some further recognition, and I would like to start with our keynote speaker, who is here, not represented, but is here in person. I never knew there's a title for farmer, because so from today I should be engineer farmer, to have a small farm in my backyard. We would like to welcome to our midst our guest speaker for today, keynote speaker, Farmer Kolawole Adeniji, CEO and Managing Director of Niji Group of companies. Please, let's put our hands together for him to share his experience with us this morning. I would like to invite the President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer
So we are here today to celebrate one of our own, a fellow, a past president of our great and honorable the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Ademola Olorunfemi, FNSE, FAH, at the second edition of this colloquium, which is in his own honor. Events like this give us the opportunity to discuss issues of concern as it relates to our professional and the society, as it relates to our profession and the society at large. This helps us to put our thoughts together and provide solutions to identified problems. It is a well-known fact that before the discovery of oil in Nigeria, agriculture was the mainstay of our economy. Agriculture, as the backbone of the Nigerian economy, was providing livelihood for most Nigerians and generating millions of jobs, directly and indirectly. It is also our main source of food provision and food security. Additionally, agriculture is the major source of raw materials for our different industries and trade in Nigeria. It is therefore important that we transform the agricultural sector with mechanized and digital options. I urge you all to pay rapt attention, as I'm going to do, and take down notes for action as we listen to the keynote speaker, Farmer Kolawole Adeniji, MD, CEO, Niji Group, on the subject matter. I welcome you all to this gathering. I'm looking forward to enjoying the colloquium. Thank you all for your attention.
At this juncture, we would like to hear a word from the honorary.
All protocols fully observed. I read the citation of Engineer Ademola Olorunfemi. Ademola Olorunfemi, imbued with professional calling, has traversed the Nigerian nation and beyond in academia, public service, and industry. Ademola Olorunfemi is a member of the Board of Trustees and the Nigerian Society of Engineers and a two-time member of Council and Council of Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria from 2013 to 2016. He is widely traveled and a sociable engineer, commonly referred to as a network engineer. I present to you Engineer Ademola Olorunfemi.
Please let me give a sound ovation to the honorary of today. Please let us clap as he did his remark.
Like Colloquium, when I was asked, I said, I want something that we could talk and make contributions. And when you look at the guest speaker today and the panelists, it's not going to be a talk show. The communique of this colloquium will, after vetting all of that, and approved by the president, will be presented to the new ministers, relevant ministers, and the widely published. And we monitor what it is. We're not going to talk and just go. So please let us not work. So our expectation is that this will add to the renewed hope agenda and move our country forward. I thank you all for the support. And I want to pray that as you go back, God will see you.
I would like to invite Kolawole Adeniji to please come to the podium.
I cannot say that I'm particularly happy about the role by the NSC in positioning our agricultural industry in the mainstay of the Nigerian economy. So in America, I think we have only 12 million, less than even 12 million revenue. I just came back from the US, a 3-week course sponsored by the US government for me to understand the US policy, the food security, the almost everything in the US. And I found out that we can easily do something in Nigeria. Each of the states have been running like a country. And each of the states have been running on comparative advantage of what they have. If we go to Nebraska, when I was in Nebraska, I was giving honorary citizens of Nebraska the United States. When I was in Nebraska, they have only discussed the golden triangle. We don't have anything here than agriculture. And when you mention America today, Nebraska will sound as one of the states you need to at least mention. What do? They grow corn, they have animals, and think they have poultry. That's the only thing they do in Nebraska. And when you look at the American government today, when you say agriculture in Nebraska is one of the states that you look at. So each of the states, they have one or two things that they specialize on. I really want us to look at the comparative advantage of what we can do to make sure that we get to the next level. So we all know that when we are talking about mechanized agriculture, we are talking about digital economy. But if you don't mechanize, you can't digitalize. Then, when the government are talking about mechanization, they don't know that mechanization grows more than importing only tractors. So mechanization starts from even the land you are using on land preparation. The tractor is just one aspect of mechanization that we are talking about. So when they bring the tractor, the tractor they are bringing, is it adapted to our own environment? No. The land they develop hundreds, thousands of years, that they can even use GPS to monitor. They are taking the same machines there, they won't work. That's why you say that most of the machines there are even cloned, they are not even designed to suit our land. Nigeria is, Africa is the next emerging economy, and we need to stand by it. Let me take it for instance. After my first food, I believe I want to go into farming and I don't want to borrow any money. I looked for where I could get the first land. I got the land. Where could I get money? I set up eateries, I set up hotel. I was getting money from hotel, I was investing, I was getting money from Nigerian, I was investing in the farming. As I set up the farming, I set up the processing. So I'm the one that removed the odor from fufu. So we have odorless fufu now. Now odorless fufu now, people buy containers of fufu to US, to America. I cannot even make up with the containers and with the fufu that we develop. So we make our food when we are born. We have not done anything to change the narrative of our food. So that's how I started. Then I started to be the biggest farmer in Africa. It started like a joke, but today I'm one of the biggest vegetable farmers, at least in Africa. And I'm not having farming, no. I've been able to set up value chain. I developed a starch line, one of the best starches I produce for Nestle, for the cassava. I set up this automated, I set up an automated flour line. Flour is what you can use to ripen wheat. I set up automated flour line is there that people are even looking for flour because of gluten free. So easier. Last 2 years I went into maize farming. I did almost like 500 hectares of maize. It came out fine. I said, no, I don't want to sell this maize. I have to pick on another field. Yeah, I have now about 120 tons feeding capacity per day. I'm just installing the environment. So if I can, I lived in Lagos for 30 years, but I left Lagos and went to the farm. Now I want to make changes. So if you don't leave your comfort zone, it is difficult for us to make it. So the youth, they see farming as a dirty career. But we are changing the narrative of farming, we are making farming to look sexy. So anywhere I go, I'm proud to say I'm a farmer. And people look at me, are you really a farmer? This is the best dress I'm wearing. Normally I'm a t-shirt and shirt and trouser. That's why I go, but I'm not saying, okay. When you say you're a farmer, at least let me look like a farmer. So for the young people to see that farming is actually good. So that's what I'm saying. One day someone was asking me about the stoner. I was asking person, what do you want me to do stoner for? He said for rice. Does rice grows to? Can anybody answer me? Does rice grows to? So why do you need the stoner? It's the processes that we use that make it be a little cumbersome and you need the stoner. If farmer farm rice, let farmer leave the rice on the farm, then you as a service provider on harvesting, bring your harvester and harvest farm A, B, C, D, E. So that means your harvester will have something to do over the year. But part of the reason why farming is so profitable in Nigeria is that I'm a farmer, I bought almost 6 tractors, I bought combined harvester, I bought everything. So when they work for just 2 hours in a day, they pack it. They work for almost 2 months in a year, they pack it. Where is the return on investment? Small down, we work, but we need to upscale them. If a small order and you have almost 1 acre of farmland, it's not enough to sustain your standard of living. So we determine the standard of living by the number of your lifetime, the kids and everything you have. That's okay. If you have almost 1 acre, then if you mechanize your farm, then you go to almost 10 acres, it's go to almost 20 acres. That's how you can fit into the system. I think that's the way we need to work about this world. And we need to support this world to move to the next level, not just leaving them the way they are. In my opinion, the Engineering Week events presents a profound opportunity for NSC to retrospect and reflect deeply changing our paradigm and approach towards making the requisite impacts to alter the agricultural landscape and reposition the sector as the economic mainstay of Nigeria. Thank you.
The President, Nigerian Society of Engineers, permit me to stand on all existing protocol. This is a paper delivered by Dr. Kadri Obafemi, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State.
A fundamental cornerstone of the Sanwo-Olu led administration's policy objective is securing food for all, recognizing its profound impact on the health and well-being of every citizen. As we navigate the path, all our collaboration with dedicated engineers has been unwavering in honoring our promises to the vibrant people of Lagos. Furthermore, our efforts extend beyond mechanization. The establishment of the 32-ton per hour Lagos rice mill at Ikeja is a monumental stride towards self-sufficiency. This endeavor not only curbs reliance on rice imports, but also generates over 250,000 direct and indirect jobs, fostering economic growth and prosperity.
I will call on the special advisor, who is representing Dr. Zulu, to come and make.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. There is Ademola Olorunfemi. I'm the special advisor on trade and investment to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State. He asked me to come and represent him here because he considers this occasion very, very important, being an engineer himself. And I came this morning from Abuja for that purpose. And I'm impressed, thoroughly impressed, especially with the last keynote speaker, who is a farmer Adeniji. And what he has said, I think we can do even more. If we are able to identify our priorities. Nigeria is a farming community. And then for the engineers, I will have to tell you a very good news about our state. Professor Zulu has a policy of engaging indigenous engineers for the design and construction of houses, of bridges, of hospitals, of all our infrastructure. Professor Zulu does not engage foreign engineers for any of those. We use our own indigenous engineers. So if you have something, even if it is an unsolicited proposal, you can take it if it is good. It will still get the attention of the government. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This is a call to duty, and I think the outcome of this colloquium will make a difference to Nigeria. Because we have a living experience who has told us what he has done as a young man. From here, we must write with a checklist of what can be done so that within a year we begin to transform Nigerian agriculture. We have the solution from what he has told us. What will you tell us about how to go forward? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. And I stand on my feet. Thank you to congratulate the colloquial celebrant today, Ademola Olorunfemi, our elder. We give our due respect. The president of NFC, and our long-term friend, Engineer Niji, the Esquire speaker again. There are four major factors. And engineering is relevant in each of these factors. It's a component of each of these factors. The first one, when you think of agricultural production, the first thing is the genetic material you are dealing with, which we commonly term as seed. There is no way you engage in agricultural production without sourcing the right seed, because seed is an entity of genetic potential. And there is no way you can do seed production the way it's supposed to be without deployment of machineries. So, and seed is the foundation. Of course, the saying goes that what you sow is what you reap. So if you look at the structure of seed production, from A to Z, it involves engineering, machineries, from planting to processing to bagging. You must use smart engineering devices to be able to measure the level of these contaminations and, of course, do sorting. So what I'm just trying to say is that we have a huge agricultural...
Thank you, sir. I think that hit the nail on the head. Because both Farmer Niji and the special advisor are living the fact of we don't just produce only for internal consumption, we also produce for export. And that the market is so wide now. Not only in West Africa, but through the African continental trade. There is a wide scope. And so why are we not taking the opportunities? You have listed some of the issues. I think foreign industries, they are also in this area. Is the experience also the same, or what can we do?
In terms of the agri-value chain, for us in Tuman, we've been in this space for a number of years. And one of our businesses, we had to consult Niji Lucas at some point because we had brought in some equipment for milling, and we had a lot of challenges. At the end of the day, we had to buy 2 units of milling equipment for him to even start the project. But I think it's still about effective collaboration along the value chain. Imagine that we did not have his own expertise at that point. We would have had to wait for another probably 3-4 months to bring in other equipment locally to do the same purpose. And this was in 2013. And we are still using some of this equipment today. So I mean, that's fantastic. I think that for young people, I did the engineering, I did electrical engineering. I got into agric and manufacturing by family background. My father was an entrepreneur. But the lesson for me is that we still need to make agriculture more attractive to young people. In Nigeria today, we have several resources. We have maize growing in some areas. We have arguably the largest orchard in the southwest. And we're processing fruit juices at some point. But we realized that going into some crops, we had challenges because the soil wasn't suitable for what we're trying to plant. So again, we now had to have the smallholders, we had the agri cooperatives, we had to do all of that so that we could get a lot of input from our factory. Digitizing this is also possible, putting all this on different, now it's jet age, social media, making these things look attractive. Saying that, look, this is a snack, this is a bottle of Coke, or this is a pack of juice. It actually stems from agri-processing. So from a practitioner point of view, I think that if we're able to put some of these things in view, it will really help the agri-business. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The issue of digitization has become very important. Apart from the fact that the whole world is going digital, we can transform. So while we are trying to mechanize, we can also digitize. How will women fit into this framework with small, bolder farmers?
Farmer Kola, I enjoyed the discourse, it was nice. But each time we continue to miss the smallholder women farmers, I mean the women farmers. They are the unsung heroes in agriculture. Estimates have that 60 to 70% of the farm produce, agriculture in Nigeria is the women. Yes, though I'm not here, I'm not a feminist, I'm not here. It's just that the women continue to do this, especially women in the rural areas. We are particular about them. So from being smallholder women farmers in Nigeria is a women movement for women in agriculture to support the women, especially in the rural area, to spur empowerment, build their capacity for to learn improved agricultural practices, and to help them to learn the policies, to demand for their needs and for their rights.
Lagos State government, can we get it right after this colloquium?
Presently, the issue facing is raw materials. We are facing the issue of raw materials we are collaborating with farmers across to ensure that we fully maximize the hotel as factory. In other aspects, the agency government are able to actually ensure that we have very good infrastructure is the aspect of what we call the food up. We are putting the food up at the ready to what is it going to do? We realize that we don't have so much land, but what we do to ensure that we feed more than 22 million population we have. What we do is that we are building what we call a food up, where every food, every offers they are coming into Lagos will first get there. Once it gets there, we aggregate, we process, we provide storage facilities, and ensure that we start that is before it actually gets into the market. The area we have dealers, we have wholesale that we take off from there. We have retailers that we go to various markets. So we are providing a good environment infrastructure for the food hub.
I think I will allow the panelists to come and because they will just speak for maybe 2 minutes later. But let's come to the audience, let's interact. We will not give only 2 minutes to those who may want to intervene. I will start with Honorable Future Advisor representing Governor Zulu. My comment is essentially on Kolawole Adeniji. I'm doing the first, sincere first. And then the second one is standardization and conditioning. Standardization is, if we are producing beyond what we consume, the tendency is that we export. And if we are exporting, we have markets around the world, not only in Africa. We have Nigerian food products being exported to the United States, to Europe, and even to the Middle East. They have their own standards. They have their, required certification. We really have to work towards meeting those certifications. That's one. Number two, about storage. There are certain goods we produce here, like, for instance, onion and tomato. We produce them in large quantities. And these are perishable products. How do we ensure that they can, for instance, be stored up to a year? We have to develop that technique. These are things that we should have to look inward and see how we can be able to come up with. But I realize that some institutions come up with potential solutions. Thank you very much.
Honestly, this is an eye-opener for the younger ones, like me. You know I'm young. Yes, and my little comment is agri-commerce. I found out that what the Abdullah said, let food be expensive. For us who are producing the food, we want it to be expensive. Let me give you what happened to my rice last dry season farming I did. As I was harvesting it, rain started. So, and I had no facility to dry it. So I had to sell it at giveaway price to someone who had the facility and quickly collected my money. And after I sold it 25,000 per bag, I went to the market and found that it was 38,000. 48,000. So that tells you the agro-commerce is flourishing. And for us, please, we cannot eliminate the middle person. You cannot. Those small farm holders, they don't have the facility to go and sell. And people who come and buy and sell, they are the ones, yes. But you cannot do without them. You cannot do without the middle person. Because it's not everybody that will go to market at the same time and sell. If you go to the market and sell at the same time, the prices will clash. And these people, they come and buy piecemeal. So please, the only way for us is to manage them. Or if we can't beat them, we join them. Thank you.
Today starts with a month. What I really want to put on is that they are saying we the young girls and Japa. You say we are going, but we want more equipment. There are so many young engineers now that are building so many things that can help our agriculture. So I know that kind of connected to the women body and things like for the agriculture. Is there any way they can help the students? Take it back to the schools. We don't need outside schools. We need to be informed before we can say, okay, we want to become a farmer, want to become this. I can tell to be a farmer and pick something to do. I may not be the real farmer, but implement an equipment that can help us. So what is the real thing we have to do for us?
Good afternoon. I think what I really want to share from the little experience of farming that I had is it's time consuming. We need equipment, we need machinery, and it's not available. I was just trying to talk to Farmer Adeniji on how to break even with the use of funds and farm equipment.
You know, when you buy equipment and all, they are not foolproof. But we take into consideration the people are using the equipment and we make it so that it's foolproof. Some people have been using the equipment for 20, 25 years. They don't have to complain apart from maintenance. So we are here to support. But for women in family, you know, a lot of people have no knowledge. And most of the women in family, they are not farmers. They are doing subsistence farming. They don't have anything to do, that's why they are doing farming. So for you to become a farmer, your orientation needs to be changed. That you want to do farming to make money, not to do farming because you don't have anywhere to go. Anybody coming to a business must do a business. Most of the women, they are not doing a business. They are just doing the work they are to do.
Farming is business.
Farming is business. And for women farming, there are some things you can do that can make money. You can pick cassava prices and move it to the next level. You can sort fufu, press it and move to the next level. You don't need to do any of that. You don't need to do hard farming job. Women don't need to harvest maize. Harvesting of maize is why the problem is where the losses are. When you do maize and you want to use hand to harvest, you can never break it. So that's it. Then my brother, so we need a lot of things to do that. Food will be expensive because a lot of people don't have value, and when you grow, you don't have anything to do it. Then we depend on rainfall system. When rain fall, a lot of people plant. When you want to harvest, you have harvesting time. That's why you have clothes. Then for the raw material, we're supposed to set up what we call modular. We're supposed to set up what we call modular factories, modular plants. But when you set up a turnkey project and you don't have raw material, and we are telling farmers that before you plant, you must have the market. If you don't have the market, don't grow. So for anything you are doing on the farm, you must have an operator, and you must know the price at which you are selling before you. If you do that, you don't have the market for your product, so you can't break it. So that's us. Then, for my sister, farmer. Hello, my sister. I want to answer your question. You know, we are trying to develop another way of farming. We call it Ademola Olorunfemi. You see that? So listen, we are trying to develop another way of farming, which is going to be self-services. So we are creating like an agri-city. Agri-city is a modern Nigerian environment that we are trying to promote now. It's going to be self-service. It's like you are in an environment, like my brother said, they have over almost 300,000 hectares, which is good. You cut almost 10,000 for each one. Each of the service providers are there. The people in charge of logistics, energy, water, training, processing, all of them are there. So in that case, if you need to do almost 10 hectares of farm, you don't need to do any other thing. The template is there, and we have been able to actually map out each of the costs of operations. What farmers don't do is that they don't have cost of operations. When they grow and they farm this, they call someone to wait for them, charge them high. When they want to harvest, they call someone to harvest for them, charge them high. But what we are doing now, we put the price of each of the operations that you need to do on the farm, all to the harvest. So once you do that, you know when to do this and when not to do this. So by the time we set up the new Nigerian city, which is Cyber City, that's the way to go. I think we get the next one. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Kolawole, so please come forward.
This is a presentation to Farmer Kolawole Adeniji for being keynote speaker at the second Ademola Olorunfemi Colloquium. Congratulations, sir, and thank you very much.
Please ask me to answer that as the exchange. I'd like to call on Mr. President to present the plaque for the governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana, the man who's Zolo. Is presented, please.
This is an appreciation award presented to His Excellency Engineer Professor Babagana Umar Zulu, FNSE, MIE, COMMNI, Borno State Governor, as a special guest at the 2023 Ademola Olorunfemi Colloquium, dated 29th August 2023. Congratulations.
Please let's translate that.